Так, so let's draw some New York. Here I have some paper. Oh, it's a little too far. Make camera closer. Так. Okay, so we'll draw some different angles. Here, see how many references I have. And here I have it's like overhead view when camera looking straight down. I like this kind of pattern it makes. So then here is like bird view, 45 angle camera. And I find the like same place, but have little different information. Like we have some stuff on the floor here, this, and two different characters. So can move them around. So you choose two pictures. Then we have like upshot, has little like isometry, almost no perspective here. Then we have this downshot, very cool. I like how dynamic it is. Hello Dawn, hello Alex. Yeah. Thank you. Greetings. Yeah, so this one kind of like most simple, but it's because its perspective here is super simple, just 1 point perspective. It make it all about design. So need to, like organize all these shapes, which is like so awesome. So I need kind of draw these two-dimensional shapes, like negative and positive shapes. I need to organize patterns, like, we have, okay, maybe I will draw on a screen. It's kind of very convenient. So what I mean by patterns in design. So let's say, see, like for example, we have like rooftops. So we have like one shape of rooftop. Then we have here is like a group of smaller shapes of rooftops. So because like our brain is constantly categorizing, so he kind of like immediately sees this common category like rooftops, and then he like track these different proportions and how they group. So like and this became, you see this like abstract composition. So we have like one here, then we have like triangular shape for rooftop, and then we have like rooftops like they're moving to different directions, and here kind of piece. So this is just one element of this abstract composition. Other, it's road, right? So it's like it look like a micro scheme, like a motherboard on a computer. So we have this cool. So it can be sharp, can be blunt, can be curvy. So you read it as music. It's kind of like very important how you treat it, how you perceive it. So once you start look at, like first you distinct it, right, and then you approach it as a music. From my point of view, is like most beneficial, most convenient. It make it like organic, and you can really enjoy work with super complex designs when you approach them like a music. So we have this like big streets, for example, right? And then we have like subcategory. It can be like you see here have like a little different color. This can be like this, some kind of a cut, and also like park walking area. So being analytical, right? You need to look through trees. You look through like when you want to draw properly, but also when you compose, because you not only draw what is visible, you draw what is there. That's why it's like better be in a real place, so you can like look behind a corner, or you need to have couple different photographs. And still, when you don't have photographs, then you start to kind of like guessing. So like I hear say, like, just for example, like I'm guessing probably here might be like something like this, just for example. And then let's say third element is like a greenery, right? It's also is like a design shape. It's some kind of like, it's like a cloud actually. Subconsciously it still like works like a cloud when you look, because like for your brain it's not normal to see in front of you down shot, right? And you subconsciously still kind of read it like a front view. So on a subconscious level we really perceive this as a clouds, some organic natural kind of something. So you can like also apply some kind of pattern to it. It's like make some small stuff. Then like what if talking about this like main groups, it's let's say it's this z dimension, this like so yeah, third dimension basically, which here is going down, like in a normal view is going far or deep, here is going down, right? So this third dimension here, like faces of these buildings, facades kind of, right? So again, it's like you see it's important to have work with the concept of it is not only visual, is not, and it's not first, it's not only visual. Second, it's not always visible. So you see, because like here, you might say like, oh, I will not actually see like is there surface or not. Not important. There's definitely this facade of this. All these buildings have facade. Sometimes you can see it. Sometimes it's like super narrow, right? On a photograph, it's a random, but on your drawing, you will work with it. So I will work with this. I will do it like my composition choice. I will make these shapes. So you see, it's also it can be like sharp or curved, or it can be like thick and thin. It can be long and short. It's also this like abstract element of composition. So if talking about this like main groups from which you start, so it's minimum which you should to consider when you draw this kind of view, for example. So because yeah, there we can go for smaller details, but you can go for them like if you want to compose kind of them only after you figure it out, you establish kind of these groups. So it should be kind of so concrete in your mind So like when it's like if you draw bicycle, right? Yeah, you know you draw bicycle. So it seems kind of common sense to be aware that you drawing bicycle, right? It will be kind of weird if you like drawing bicycle without actually know it. If like you will just draw in lines, kind of, or you like instead of no, you draw wheel, you will just draw like circle, like so like, oh, it's a bicycle. I didn't actually saw. I don't realize it actually. I was just drawing like interesting thing, you know. So like with this bicycle or something which is it obviously should be clear, right? Same with this thing, this visual language for any uh, decent level artist. You should treat it same way. It's like you cannot draw view without breaking it down. You should break it down all the time. You break it down in a 3D space, kind of with this 3 axis, right? So like we see where is parallel lines for different directions, like vertical, horizontal, and stuff. And same, you 3D space is not only one thing. Here is also it's abstract kind of aspect of visual work, right? So and break it down into abstract shape. It's not like some kind of fancy, like unusual voice techniques, like so, like oh, it's a James Bond, is some secret invention. No, it's kind of it's know how to say. It's like knowing driving rules if you drive in a car, right? It's not like oh, there is a rules. No, you should know there is a rules when if you want to drive car. So same here. It's like if you want to draw landscapes, you should be aware. It's not only about drawing like perspective. It's not only about just copying what you see in front of you, but actually it should be about see it also like kind of convert it, translate in your head into clear, clear elements, clear groups, right? So you see, it's like why I make it same color because it's one group, it's one kind of object, it's one kind of element. Building facades here, they kind of stands for this depth, for third dimension. So and when I will draw it, I will play with it. It's like when you draw like up and down and stuff, right? So I will do it like higher, lower, and also I will play with it like if I'm making this abstract, like okay, let's do here, like I'm making abstract composition when you have like something, I don't know, you know, just so you do it simultaneously. It also will be like I'm really kind of want to vary different height of these buildings, and also I want them be like different shapes, and also they all will be aligned with perspective grid. So it will be this size, like according to perspective. It's not random. I'm not breaking perspective rules. I manage to make the stuff by like while following perspective rules. So that's it. So you see, kind of it's interesting, like because um, what's funny, like hear all the time from people when they see some of my drawings, for example, and they're telling like, "Wow, your line's so straight," or like you have amazing perspective. But there can be like picture like with the most simple perspective ever, and in this picture, like which people say is a super perspective, it's like most simple perspective, and I draw it wrong. So then it's like, what? Seriously? You tell me it's like amazing perspective? I say, okay. they just sometimes people just don't have no idea what you're doing. So, and actually, you should know, like we should know as artists, right? That is being able to draw straight lines or being able to draw similar, like accurate and stuff like this. It's only very small, like element. Yeah, it's good if you can do it, but it's not your main focus. There is main most interesting part is how you juggle with all these elements, managing them together. This is most interesting. Так, сразу. Because like it's easy when it's like one thing, like perspective grid, for example. It's easy, you learn it very fast. Then every other aspect by itself, it's easier. But when you start to combine them together, it's like you need to align them. And this thing like controversial and like seemingly opposite, like 2D and 3D, like verbal and non-verbal. Like we have like verbal, it's let's say, like like you show building, for example, right? So you show building, it's a verbal thing. People know what is building, but at the same time you draw it as a abstract thing, and manage think like to simultaneously at the same time think about your building that is building and also it's abstraction. It's a skill. You need to train it, and then eventually it's not only like one of these opposition. It's like 5 or 10 this kind of oppositions when you need to have in mind like controversial points. So, and this is kind of actual creative process. Так. Yeah, and it's kind of so fundamental. It's like everywhere. It's like in the writing, in the music, in the science. It's always this kind of thing. Let's say it's like if you write, right? You have different characters. So you need to write different characters. And you need to really consider each of character point of view. You need to be able to think and agree kind of with every position of every character. Let's change. So, because if there will be like character which is like obviously stupid kind of, and he obviously wrong, it will be too boring. It's like two-dimensional flat character. So to make interesting alive character, he should have kind of he need to have some foundation for his point of view. Так, so yeah, anyway, let me organize here. So when you kind of like write in lines like behavior or dialogue for your characters, and you need to keep in mind like all this totally opposite, controversial paradoxical opinions of different characters. It's a difficult. You need to practice. So we have roads. Then we have so vanishing point about here. Hello, Tipman. Yeah, it's okay. So it's kind of like it's hard to read it from outside. Like when you look what I'm doing, it's like maybe you can see that this what I'm doing right now. I kind of like making it 2D and 3D in the same time. I'm trying to predict how these forms will behave when I will snap them to perspective grid like this. So these are nadir, y vanishing point, так. You know, do you want miracle? Write me in a comment. Do you want to see miracle? Say yes, I want. Write me in the chat right now. I want to see. Do you want to see miracle? Something like absolutely remarkable. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Miracle. I have a new pencil. It's a Faber Castell. Thank you for your support. I can buy a new pencil. Thank you for your membership and super thanks. It's kind of like it was already so short, and just keep touching paper with my hand. Not really convenient. Так. Here. Let's Pinch up. So now you can track how many videos this pencil will become short again. Yeah. Yeah, we need miracles sometimes. To bring back hope in the people's hearts. I bet you already wasn't expected I will have new pencil. And this short pencil will draw forever. So yeah, so when you also when you break down into these groups and elements, and maybe there's some kind of like a point of attention, right? So like I know for myself, like, okay, this where I should to focus, this what I should to control in my drawing, in my work, right? Once I have this, it make it easier because it's I my attention is not scattered anymore like this. I have some kind of direction, right? And also kind of because of this, it make it more playful, kind of. It make it more fun to do. So it's not this kind of, when you do it without structure, without this kind of analytical approach, you're all scattered around. You cannot like focus. You try your best, but it's impossible. You cannot just like focus on everything. You need some directions. And because you try and do impossible thing, you tired very fast, you get frustrated, and you not achieve desirable kind of result because you even don't have idea what is your desirable result. It's too kind of vague, it's too uncertain. So it's again, it's like in my video I was talking about, I have this video like where is joy, how to make your drawing process more fun. And I was talking about this Hayao Miyazaki comment to his film Kiki Delivery. So he say it's kind of story about restoring your creative energy. Because like we as the children, we always have this like natural creative energy. We're very fluent, very like bursting kind of. And then we grow up and we became like rational people. We became like very rational. And we cannot be so fluent anymore. This is what happened with Kiki kind of, right? So because like she grew up, also because she now face like adult life, like all this like she need to integrate into community, it make her nervous, all this stuff. So she lost this like childish ease and fun, right? So you can you are kind of like adult job as a grown up, especially if you're creative, like artist kind of stuff, right? It's your job, it's your task is to revive it. But to do this, to revive your natural energy, now you need to do it using your rational mind. So now you cannot avoid your rationality. That's it. It's kind of it's a reality. Like once you became grown up, now you need to use your rationality. You cannot avoid it. Like if you will try just being like a grown up children, no, you will be just idiot, you know. So it will not make you like a good creative or like smart or whatever. It will be just like some big child. Only way is like you need to figure out how you can use your rational mind and return this like a creative kind of fruitful state, like when you've been like so natural and stuff, and you know can enjoy do something. So that's it. Like at least if you need to hear it. At least it's important to hear it. At least to have this idea in mind. Uh, so you know like you cannot avoid it. It's like if you want to make something, you cannot avoid work. It's a work. It's a process. Same if you want to do some high quality work, high quality result, you should use your rational mind. That's it. Even like when if let's say children work, yeah, they're fun and stuff, but their quality it's childish, right? We kind of forgive them because no, we call it like a great stuff. But we always kind of having in mind that is like children level. But when you're doing other grown up work, nobody care anymore. Nobody like will make excuses for you. It should be good quality. That's it. It's not like you're drawing pictures for your family for refrigerator. No, now it's like you and all these other people who also like you. You are not kind of like special and not expect people will treat you specially, like you're some kind of special and unique. You need to make something special, unique, then um, you will get this if you need it. I don't know. Так, anyway. Joining token is like driving and watching phone. Making, yeah, driving and making like a video blog. Kind of invite some accident. Anyway, так. Так, вот зараз. So I recommend, buy book from Miyazaki called Starting Point. Так, again, this fall down. So annoying. It's called Starting Point. There is like series of interview with Miyazaki. They're being like translated from Japanese, so we don't see them usually. Так. Yeah. So you see, I was thinking about this a lot. Like, what makes hard to draw unusual angles, even when you actually don't try to make it very realistic or three-dimensional, right? It's not like you're trying to draw these tiny details like Scott Robertson, right? You don't try to draw them in perspective or something. They're so small. So what is problem? What do you think? And problem with drawing all this kind of details and stuff is that you should not draw them as actual thing. It should be more about draw it as an element of composition. You see, so in the more like a smaller it is, or more it's like some kind of like, say like I see cars in a window, for example. They're pretty flat. It's not flat, but they're like kind of don't have perspective. They don't have foreshortening. It's like a long lens view. So, and I was like long time drawing them. I think like how to draw them so they will look good, kind of. And I realized is that I should consider them a lot like a design. It should be like interest in this kind of abstract design. Make sure is like I grasp this abstract quality of cars and show them in my work. Not realistic or three-dimensional, but abstract, you know. Hello, Charlene. No, just talking. Yeah, you can. Yeah, maybe some little like a tutorial was in the beginning. Can watch later. Record. So, and like here, this, right? If I will draw them like I'm trying to draw building, no, it will be like no good. And 80% of my effort is just drawing this abstract design, really. Like only if really like a priority, right? Like once I make it my priority, once I make abstraction here be my priority. So instead of trying to draw realistic picture and make this realistic picture have interest in abstract composition, I do it opposite. I draw abstract composition, which I try to make look like a actual view. And this it's changed a lot. It's really like a huge difference. So, and it's also kind of like you need to practice because, like, yeah, I constantly need to remind myself because I start to draw details and it's like, wait a second, you don't draw view, you draw composition. You need to make sure it's interesting, like rhythms. This kind of number one goal here. Yeah. Welcome to the Madison Square Garden. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it can be, like if you especially draw with watercolor, it really feels so relaxing. You can find some mountain views, some very beautiful photo reference, and draw them with watercolor. So you see this kind of thing what I'm talking about. It's like what is distance between these lines? What is angles of these lines? This it's more important here than make them look like building. Make them look like building. It's like very like 10 or 5% here of all your focus kind of. And this like take me yeah, a lot of time to understand because this how Katsuhiro Otomo draw his super environments. And Tsutomu Nihei definitely have this kind of lens, this ability to interpret kind of non-verbally. So, no, 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 no. What I'm saying is like depend on your. Not every work require exact same sequence. So, and this kind of example where I say is an unusual sequence. So instead of starting from 3D, here you should start from 2D, like from, and main focus here, it's non-verbal abstract quality. So it's not like you see all this stuff, right? It's like, oh, there is something on the roof, right? This air conditioner, oh, this thing. But when it's here, you don't read it. So, first, what makes this picture from this angle to work? It's abstract quality. It's just this kind of triangular shape, rectangular shape. This what make this impact, right? And if you lose it, it's make it nonsense to draw it. So once you lose this aspect here, it's just you lost whole point. It's like why you even draw it. This kind of what I'm talking. So really, I can say here is like 80% for sure, about 80% of your attention here should be for abstract quality. Just like you make it first all this geometry and not three-dimensional like in the perspective grid, because perspective here also super simple. It's 2D geometry, and it's like just these triangles and forms, flat forms without any meaning. Once you manage it and you make sure you organize them interestingly, like make interesting composition with these forms, then you make them look like real objects, right? So once you do this like triangles and all these rhythms, you see like it's so cool, like this doom doom, all these lamps. It's crazy. It look like all this like symphony, right? Like like all this jumping, flowing here, all these rhythms, curves. Look, just like we take this piece. Oh yeah. Oh, it's look even better. It's insane. Like, tell me right now, isn't cool? Or you like can play around little bit, like if like I move little like this. You see, I change abstract. Look what a cool, crazy dynamic shape. It's a mind blowing. It's just so insane. So, and like I always say, this ability to work together with this opposite dimensions, like 3D and 2D, uh, meaning and meaningless. Like meaning, I mean, like let's say like uh, um, verbal. What you can say, right? You can say building, you can say people, road, roof. It's a verbal, and non-verbal is like it's like you off your brain, right? Like you don't know what is that. You don't care what that. You just see is like kind of interesting forms. Like, oh, there's dots. Maybe it's people, maybe not. I don't know, right? I just see it's like interesting shapes. It's a non-verbal. So, and you, if you're able to do it, like this photographer here, he definitely think about it. This is what make a professional photographer and artist. It's this ability to have this in mind. So you make it like abstract pattern with the circles, dots, lines, squares, shapes. And in same time, these patterns, it's a people, it's a road and stuff. And then we have like this different priority. In some cases, it will be like, you know, when you draw like kind of like, whoa, dynamic fisheye, something like, right? So here priority is 3D. right? So this kind of like dynamic 3D something like. Then can be like priorities or some perspective grid. Then can be priorities like you want to show just information without any perspective and like not much composition, just like show some objects, look, like it's a pencil, that's it, you know. So depend on priorities, like you organize, you direct your resources, you direct your attention and your effort. You cannot do all them equally. You should like choose main direction and like main goal and secondary and tertiary goals. So yeah, and here goal, yeah, here's main aspect. Here is just this kind of 2D. So I mean, like again, it's like it's not like you always for every picture draw this. You need to read each work, and you need to read like what makes this work impressive. So here is definitely about abstract. So then I focus more on abstract here, and I should focus more on abstract because otherwise I will not deliver this main energy kind of this work. Yeah. Yeah. You know, like I never was treated like drawing architecture. Again, it's crazy. Because once I tell myself like I draw architecture, I immediately lost drive. It became boring immediately. So it's like when other artists like they go draw buildings, they stay like, okay, it's a building. I draw this building. I can't. It's just like I don't know. Just draw a building. It's so boring. It's like just a box. What to draw there? But I make for myself my own task. So I was always drawing um, kind of like a trace of people life. It's kind of like what is people live in space. It can be interior, or it can be street. So you draw this like marks on the walls. Maybe somebody dropped trash. Maybe there's a crack. Maybe there's some like electric pole is not straight. He's like little like this. So you want to draw this. Um, so just because I shift my perception, I decide to approach it, treat it differently. It makes it interesting for me, and it make it possible for me to enjoy it. Because just like when it was boring task, like just go and draw some buildings, I wasn't able to do it. So it's like back to this idea of using your rational mind. It's like I'm not trying to off my brain. I learn how to um, operate with it. So if I need to have certain goal, I need to have certain expectations, and then I can adjust them. I can like choose what kind of goal I think will be better. What kind of expectations, what kind of focus should I have? So why not choose it? Yeah, yeah. You choose what kind of perception you want to apply, and you can try different. You can experiment. So sometimes I was thinking like, if instead of drawing like my street, I draw in it like if it's some street on another planet. So like I'm fly from my city, I fly to other planet, and now I'm here as draw. It's not my street. It's a other planet view, you know, just kind of this stuff. Other time I was imagine like, okay, this building look like a spaceship. So yeah, let's try to draw it like if it's a spaceship. And I'm not like start to drawing like concept art, drawing, you know, like this kind of spaceship design. No, I still draw an actual building in front of me, but I'm not trying to draw a building. I just let's say kind of like it's my in building secret. Like I know it's a spaceship, right? So, and this is what I want to draw. Other time I was saying like, okay, maybe this building is like kind of like a transformer, right? So it's like a standing as look like building, but actually it's a live creature. It have like yeah, it's like have a soul, have its own mind, and I standing drawing this building, and this building looking at me, right? Like I draw this building, and building look at me and so like, okay, this guy is drawing me. Just kind of use your imagination, you know. It's like we have brain, and we not aware sometimes like how many resources we have in our brain. It's just like it's like if we wait in permission or we want somebody give us um, guidebook explaining ourselves, like, you know, you can use your imagination, bro. And it's like, why I never think about it? Because it sounds weird, right? Yeah, of course. Ever since new, it's kind of feels kind of weird. It doesn't mean like everything weird is good thing, but not everything that feels weird is actually weird. Because like unless you start to make very good money with art, all your art is weird stuff for your neighbors and your family. They think it's just like what he's doing. and everybody go to party and you read the book. Now again you're weird. So my point is like you don't need always open book to start using imagination. You can use imagination just by yourself, like pretend and imagine stuff to make your process more interesting or bring some new quality to your process. Так. Так. It's not like I'm totally against party. If it's some kind of party with Scott Robertson, Miyazaki, and Katsuhiro Otomo, Tsutomu Nihei, yeah, then it's great party. I will go for sure. Так, again, I need to like tell myself like stop drawing building. Because like once I start to know like a drawing is like a building, like no, no. Go back to composition. Hmm. Так, think this bye small pencils. Small L. Okay, I don't like drawing parks. So let's draw some. Like in general, what kind of book I like to read? It's like maybe like three category of books I have. It's like it should be like something about real life. Just like it can be like research or biography, you know. It yeah, it should be like as close as possible to reality, because like I just want to learn something I didn't see myself, so have like a expand my worldview and if like read something fictional, then I will read just something which is a very important part of culture, right? Like so you at least I need to know like some basic narrative or characters, so if people like make links to this book, I will understand what they're talking about. Because it's like, you know, if you want to be like, I like to conversation with high class people, like not like rich people, but maybe like real intellectuals. So, and they definitely read a lot of books, right? So at least to be able um, speak on with the same imagery, so I can understand their jokes or I can understand their metaphors, you know. So for this, I will read. And number three, forget number three, fictional. Yeah, and kind of like a study books, right? So it's just there's so many books need to read. It's can be about drawing, can be about like um, like about how to write, how to uh, like mythology, history, symbology, something like that. Like for example, like art history, so many books also. Like right now, I have book. It's like requires so many concentration. I really need to read, trying to understand what they actually mean. Talking about um, kind of like evolution of styles in artist works, and he's like this writer. He's this scientist. He's like a really very clever perspective, kind of. He really like describing artists styles very interestingly. Hello, Easy E. So yeah, and if talking about just like reading for fun, I will rather listen like some. No, not even listen. I will like just watch movie or movie series. Like if for fun, I will better watch. Like I read more like for education kind of, because like books they're really high, like super high quality stuff, very intense and concentrate of information. It's kind of like if we compare video, audio, yeah, whatever, like all this, it's not even close to book. Book is still most concentrate and most rich of information form. Not article, no, all this. So like, because like when you write book, you really uh, you really need to see big picture, kind of. And now it's evening here in my area. Так, this view take too much. I have 3 more picture I want to draw. So stamps also is good to read just to learn what is high quality narrative. Like for me, high quality is like, do you know like Shogun and Taipin? It's Clavel, writer Clavel. And also this one I like Ivango, kind of. Yeah. So because it's like they have an action drama, and in same time they make it like very informative, like put inside a lot of ideas and information about world, kind of like showing different perspectives, teaching you something. For me this is best, like movie series Narcos, for example. So it's like um it's a like good introduction into actual events which been happening, and at the same time it's kind of like entertaining. You just like relax and watch it. It's not like you're watching documentary. So it's like this what I plan to do, kind of. It's make this kind of like entertaining story, while at the same time it's not just a story. Actually, it's kind of like, yeah, like education, not preaching, but education and mm, maybe influence. Yeah, definitely it's influence. And so then we have like these vehicles, you see. I drew them just like kind of rectangles, and it's just important how they relate with all other lines. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, and also kind of I find has like belletristics, I think also, right? It's like mm, I think it's not important with like is it considered classic or not? It's just if it's like cultural artifact, then it's important to read like some kind of Harry Potter. I didn't read Harry Potter. I think kind of movie is enough for me. I just know it's some kind of children magic school. They're flying there and stuff. This is too far from my interest. So, but I like mm, Jack Reacher. Do you know Jack Reacher? So I was just interested to listen this book, and it was actually very nice. Just quality of what kind of narration is very cool. Remind me when I was in his childhood reading detective books like Sherlock Holmes and stuff like this. Well, thank you. Yeah, in school I've been reading a lot of sci-fi. And recently I've been listening a very cool sci-fi, like classical sci-fi. Foundation. Do you know Foundation? Also like Starship Troopers, like for me also in the category of just great writing because it's like sci-fi. It's like let's say war kind of war genre, but you can see is like a writer he actually share his own experience. So instead of writing book about his time in the army and how he have like his life experience, he make it in the form of sci-fi. So, from my opinion, it always should be like this. So you kind of you're not right. You should not like write or draw story about like elf and robots. You use this form to tell about real life, about your experience or about your like what is in your mind, maybe some like real world dilemma. So every time we watch like movies with this time travel or some kind of like sci-fi stuff, it always just a metaphor to some life situations. It's like how you find friends or when you relocate or how you find new job or kind of like how you grown up, what make you mature, kind of, right? Something like this. So it's like for me, like I was like 24 years maybe live in my small city in Russia, and then I start travel and I start meet people from different countries, and I was just like, okay, now I need to go and read about his country, because before, like for me, all this was like not real. Like I wasn't actually subconsciously I wasn't sure it's actually exist. Like there's some other countries and there are people doing something there. I don't know. I never seen it kind of, right? But once I get some connection with it, now I can, like unveil this thread. So I go and I start to read something. I start to read about like history of this place and stuff like this. So, and all the stories for me, they're one of their purpose. It's like this. It's introduce people to certain subjects. Just introduce. It's already a very important job. Just show something to people and tell them it's important. And then they start to look at it and have it in mind, you know. Like this Inception movie kind of. Yeah, like in for me in childhood, I was like first time see evil people in a Robocop movie. It was just like kind of mind blowing for me. And I think like maybe it was like too early to watch it. But in the same time, like right now, if I think it's exactly what effect it should make. This kind of like terror and shock. Yeah, it's can no need to be like yeah, because like about reality is not only about like actual events, right? It's about actual problems, about real world conflicts, like inner or kind of social problems. Because like everybody like face them and trying to manage, trying to figure out, and then there is certain legacy, right? There is tradition and culture, and they tell you already like how you can deal with these problems, how you can fix, how you can manage these conflicts. It's like you don't need to reinvent bicycle. You just look how your ancestors deal with it. Like not ancestor, like your community, kind of, right? Nesbo from Norway. We'll check it out. So here, like right now, I don't see what's this. I just look for pattern. It's like this. And right now, I don't even like trying to copy these patterns too. I am more like inspired by them because like I want to organize, create my own melody here. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I like have this kind of conversations instead of like screaming on camera and like oh. um, So I think more YouTubers will be talk just like normal people. Um, More people will like to watch it. Yeah, it's like we can always say, "Oh, nobody interested to have a real conversation or kind of talk about something important." But it's not like you should always rely on others. Demand, you can create demand, right? So as you follow trend, also you create trend yourself. It's like, yeah, it's like this rule of broken windows, right? Like if there is trash and everybody start to think like it's a normal behavior to throw trash and like leave almond trash, you still have choice. You can choose not to trash and you can choose to clean around. So here's my choice. I trying to create some clean content without this trendy and noise. It's like everybody copy each other and just like trying to trigger attention. I hope this already some kind of like obsolete. I hope we're going out from this right now. We'll see. but it's definitely been stimulated. It's not like naturally develop. It's also been kind of stimulated, that's for sure. Kind of train people to be reactive and emotional. Kind of like inert consumers who will just like, whoa, like a zombie, follow every trend. Yeah. Yes. Oh, also right now work on a motorcycle book and draw link. So right now I make page about this book, and later I will do like kind of crowdfunding campaign. So we'll gather money for printing. I think it will be a very cool book. So if you're interested, follow link, subscribe for waiting list, and I will give you a link for crowdfunding. Yeah, see you, Tipman. To finish this picture. It's take too long. Wow, it's kind of too many elements. Next picture will do faster. Так, speeding up. So like here we have some air cooling. So yeah, I have a video. It's in a third tier of members in this channel or on my Gumroad called Advanced Urban Sketching. So in this video talking about this abstract composition stuff. Here, road narrows. Так. Yeah, so I hope now it's kind of clear what I was talking about. So you can see how all this like dancing around, vibrating and flowing. Same like can put this third dimension for every car. Just a little indicated to show, so here is like front and side, front and side. So it's not like car yet. It's pretty simple geometry so far. Just talking about like how important it's just like size and placement, and then certain property instead of detail. Because then like with a couple lines I can also make it look more like a car, like this. Right, so it just was a box, now it's a vehicle. First it was just abstract rectangle, and now then it became three-dimensional, and now it's cars. Hello, Constantinos. Hello, Constantinos. And here's this cool stuff. Thank you, Alex. So then can make like these windows. This is kind of like very heavy, this one, very heavy on details. Take a lot of time to arrange all these details together. Okay. 10-second break.
Madness. This is Jane Bond art.
Yeah, actually, I mean, resistance, laziness is also resistance. So it's kind of same message. So, okay, so this picture, I will leave it here. There is some just like a minor details to finish, and I don't want to spend so much time for this. This kind of like arranging details I can do while listening some book. Так, let's go next picture. Mm, there's this one. So here we have like bird view and camera little tilted to left. Or it's not like tilted, it's like we're using the left side of view. Okay, anyway, so vertical axis is kind of here. Так, then let's see, goes here. Maybe even a stronger angle here. So here we see so, so here we have a roof. Here we have this. So here's this principle about abstraction still remains, but you see here I start from perspective grid. So here's this like 3D aspect is very important. So even here, like kind of I'm drawing architecture, you can think. But for me, I'm more like drawing a rhythm of this environment. It's totally like solving puzzle. So interesting. Here. It's like metro entrance and the toilet. Interesting. Here's some funny rectangles. somewhere in the middle here. Так. Here I start to lose my concentration. Let's see. This one too crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm already too weak not on drinking coffee. Definitely feel better. Yeah, it's 7 p.m. in Taiwan, in my area. 7 p.m. already. Yeah. Future. Yeah, maybe like 100 year later, people will talk like this from different planets. Like say like, what is the time on the Mars? Like you have like midday or stuff like that. Yeah. But we will like in the virtual reality then, I think. Yeah, it's kind of like people will be different planets, but they go to work in the virtual reality. It's like you go in the same office, in the same building, but everybody from different planets. That's crazy. And somehow, like everybody will make it like a retro style. Like people need actually like go to you take VR goggles, and in the virtual reality you go into metro, you sit in the metros and you walk to your office building, you take elevator. And everybody will enjoy it, everybody's like, whoa, so cool, I go to work. So many people everywhere. And you don't know, like somebody from Mars, somebody from Moon, and go to lunch, eat some lunch, and they say, okay, which planet you from? So yeah, I'm on the Mars right now. Yeah, everybody will see like traffic jam is like Disneyland. This is like, wow, before people have so much fun in their seat in their car and like burp burp. Oh, yeah, discover, talking about like discover new planets. Yeah, and there should be some war on insect planet. Yeah, that's for sure. Some Starship Troopers. but these insects were look more like alien. Some kind of like insects um, from Jupiter, like crazy immortal insects. Oh yeah, yeah, Egyptian. Egypt. Yeah, we'll have like interplanetary ships. Will be like pyramids, because eventually, like people decide to dig pyramids, and they will discover under pyramids is like how's this engine calls, which can kind of avoid time. Forget. So they're kind of space travel technology. Scientists will break it down and build new pyramid spaceships. So I think definitely like Elon Musk, he think about put his digital brain in a robot. Imagine, right? I think they are always super rich. They always think about stuff like that. And Musk, as a fan of sci-fi, he definitely have one of this idea, like a Neuralink, to digitalize his brain, digitalize his mind, and put it in the robots. So he can like sometimes can use a robot body, walk around, so he can also travel to Mars finally. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this robot piloting ships, it will be Musk. It will be Elon Musk brain. This will be not artificial intelligence, but like digital brain of Elon Musk. He will like trying to make some meme jokes all the time. That will be very cool irony. It's like you have this story with space travel and classic this AI computer, but then turns out this AI computer is actually brain of a multi-trillionaire from Earth. Yeah, they like who have like super unique technology how to make his mind digital. And he have like 2,000 girlfriends everywhere in the space who complain about him. they always call him and like say, "Hey, why you don't answer me?" Says, sorry, baby, I'm on another galaxy right now. Can't talk. We're busy. Yeah, I think it's like it's one of perfect future in Elon Musk brain to become digital mind. And lead humanity into space. Because this is kind of like a problem with this movie Prometheus. Because if you're able to make so perfect humanoid robot, you, why you don't put your brain in this robot? So this like old guy, this old rich guy, he can be like immortal. Like at least he can have like perfect body kind of all the time. So that was like I think plot hole. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If take into consideration that we actually can be bombed by asteroids, then it's necessary to fly somewhere. Yeah, Yeah, today in the movies, they all so lazy. They even don't have ideas. Kind of lack of good story writers. Yeah, old sci-fi, when you read it, it's like they already say everything. So right now, when they try to do sci-fi, they only kind of making retro. It's just quoting from old works. Don't see any inventive, no inventions, no new ideas. All is just kind of recreating. Yeah, even when it's not remake, when it's like a genre or whatever, it's already been written. Like really like a remakes and remixes. So yeah, maybe it will be like some new kind of like new step when we'll start to make like virtual reality movies, or when it will be like, yeah, like interactive virtual reality movies, kind of like a GTA 7 in virtual reality. So then I think will be like again new revival of storytelling, because kind of um, they probably they cannot do anything new in the movies now. It's kind of already all been used. Because we see like when is new art form, and what happens, they start to put previous art form, like works from previous art form, they start to convert them into new art form. So it's like it was theater, okay, they start to like I don't know, like writing drama books, right? Then um, start to making movies, and also, okay, what movies? Essentially, they trying to recreate best ideas, best experiences from a books in the form of a movie. Then we have like a movie series. Okay, now they reinterpret movies into movie series. Then we have like GTA 5, GTA 4, or kind of like a good storytelling and computer games. It's just like they take narratives from movies from all other forms and recreate them in a computer game. That's it. Like Red Dead Redemption, all this, they just like making huge research. They just took best as they can and remake it in a new art form. And it looks great, I think, you know. So I think it's kind of way where probably like where it will go. It's just will go into new art form and it starts to flourish again. Oh, yeah, AI movies. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, maybe it's like everybody will able to be director to make like professional quality movies or interactive realities. So it's like, yeah, more we go, it's like so many technologies became more and more just about your ability just to work on ideas, just develop idea, have some idea in mind and tell story. It's like being able to finish something. Because like already like having phone with this such a good camera. I wasn't even dream about this camera in my childhood. We can we'll definitely do some kind of movies, music videos. So everybody can make movies now. Definitely. Everybody can do movies, everybody can do comic books. Like all the time, everybody who can write books is just sit and write book, right? So then we just start to get this difference in the people types. Somebody able to manage himself, kind of to finish work, mm, going against flow, against resistance, and make something. But yeah, most of people they can't. They kind of can't bear, can't bear, can't endure, cannot endure this kind of stress of creative process. Whereas like nothing actually blocking you, it's just your own self kind of self-management, lack of self-management. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Anyway, so I think yeah, kind of like we'll end it here. So it's just some example of how it works. So there is just like some minor details remain, and yeah, I will better finish them with a fresh head. Kind of this. I mean, book War of Art. Cool, thank you. Yeah, I will think like later about how to organize these shapes here. Right now I'm afraid if I start just draw all those windows, it will be a little too boring, kind of like I want it to be more clever. So I need to refresh my head. Yeah, everybody recommends this book, Art or War of Art. Actually, here. It's one of this kind of book which is really necessary. Everybody should read. Like if you want to be artist or whatever, it's absolutely necessary. It's kind of and it's very small. You see here the big characters and small pages. You can finish it in one day somewhere like in the park. Because have this like insights and ideas which you need to be aware, and they they explain kind of a lot. Yeah. Okay then. So see you later next video. Push like, subscribe, share, and also go check out my book. It's not book yet, it's just page about book I'm working on about motorcycles. Yeah. See you.